Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft2 Legacy of the Void. Today it's going to be another TVZ, this time between SortOf and Taeja, here on Acid Plant, the latter edition. Top left-hand corner, we have the blue Zerg player named SortOf, representing Cascade Gaming. And in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the red Terran player Taeja from Team Liquid. Yes, you guys, Taeja is back. I cast a best of 5 between Taeja and Cyril on the channel last week. If you haven't watched it, go back and watch it. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into making that video. Did you know that sometimes Shadow Play, or GeForce Experience, as it is now known, records at 59.94 FPS? That was the start of my journey. Okay, so hatch first here from SortOf. No extractor pool, no pool first, and no proxy from Taeja. So I get a feeling this is going to be a pretty long macro game here. Alright, so once again, if this is your first time here, welcome to the channel. I cast StarCraft2 and a Brood War, and sometimes post a little bit of Warcraft 2 gameplay as well. And, you know, twitch.tv/Falcon Paladin is where you need to go if you want to watch me play Warcraft 2 Beyond the Dark Portal. At this point, it's been a good time. It's been a great place out there on Twitch. I cast the StarCraft Remastered. I cast StarCraft 2, getting all of the brutal mission completions there, which was a lot of work. I can tell you that much. But anyway, here we have a Reaper coming out for Taeja. It is Mr. Dong Dong Jungle Furb. Mr. Dong Dong Jungle Furb was a Herf Burgle. After Nom Nom Hergle Murph, Mr. Dong Dong Jurgleberg Bum, Terran Army Jingle Poo. For a Herm Firm Jangle Jangle, Mr. Dong Dong Jingle Fur Blurm Bangle Dingle Tart until Jurng Murph Dirk Burgle, the Reaper program. Now Mr. Dong Dong Jungle Furb is Hern Durkle Bing Nerf Blark Blark Durng. For the rest of his Jangle Bing Dong Winkle Nerf Herg Murgle Burng Ding Dong Pineapple Fart. I don't know, you guys. I don't write these things. I just read them. And if you want me to say crazy stuff, apparently submit a Reaper name in the comments of any of my videos, and I'll get it in here. I mean, I'm very easy that way. So Reaper comes in. There's already Lings. Queen's pretty close to popping out here, which indicates a pretty, fairly early pool here for SortOf. He didn't go for anything like a 17 or 18 pool. This was a little bit faster than that, based on that timing. And we have a, let's see, Reactor. Yep, so Hellion follow-up from Taeja. Taeja is a fan of the classics, man. He's a fan of Dance with What Got You Here. Did I knock that down into the... Might have knocked that down. The production tab down there where we got it fixed. Third hatch here done at the pre-3-minute mark. Again, Zerg players do that. Terran players, when your Hellions are out and pushing, you need to SCV up. You need to work on your tech. A starport is coming in here now too, and that is a tech lab on the barracks. So I really feel like we're just going to see bio here from Taeja. That is what he was most comfortable with when going against Cyril, and I think he'll try to employ the same strategy here against SortOf. Now, SortOf is one of many EU Zergs. There are a lot of them. They're all very good. Their macro is all incredible. Their micro is at varying levels of quality. That's kind of one of the things that makes Cyril what he is. His macro is amazing, and his micro and decision-making are top-notch too. So SortOf is on that list along with a Laser, with Xanster. Who else am I forgetting right now who was on the... obviously, Snoot. Snoot's made a name for himself for sure. Stefano probably counts on that list too. Hellion Reaper are going to dive on in here a little bit. Speed is not done. Oh, this is bad for these drones. But speed just kicks in. Holy smokes, at the last second. 2 drones go down. The Reaper gets killed here too. And in exchange, wow, 2 Hellions and a Reaper die. That is a pretty good trade for SortOf, I'd say. Now he has map control. The Hellions aren't able to do anything else to him anymore. Doesn't have to worry about them coming on in. 2 more Hellions. 4 more Hellions are here. I love this Emojin skin that Taeja runs with. It's a beautiful, beautiful skin. I can see why he chose it. And yeah, at this point, SortOf can drone up. He's working on additional Overlords, Cloak Banshee. It's going to be the follow-up here from Taeja Overlord scouting in to see what's going on. And I love the Emojin Banshee too. It is pretty. It is exceptionally beautiful stuff. Marine scouting on in is going to see the factory with the reactor on it. Sees Stim being researched, which tells him it's going to be bio. And then also, does he catch sight? Oh, he does catch sight of the tech lab on the starport. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful scout from SortOf. So, the Banshee's going to come in, pick up a creep tumor. Immediate Spore Crawler production on the way here is going to finish before Cloak finishes. Just barely in time as that thing is going to pop. This is amazing. This is amazing timing from SortOf. This is what you dream of as a Zerg player. It's perfect timing. Getting the Spore Crawlers down just as Cloak finishes for a Banshee that shows up. Now, the Queens don't have detection out here because they don't have a lair yet. Working on that, which means they need to stick close to the hatcheries. And this means that drones can't necessarily transfer between bases, or else they will get picked off very easily too. So we make sure that all the drones are sticking to the hatches from which they were produced. And so far, it looks like SortOf can afford to do that. He's got a pretty nice balance on all of his bases as far as that stuff goes. So Banshee just trying to find damage where she can. I don't think... Is there another one on the way here? There are some Hellions ready to drop into that third. There is another Banshee. Where is it? Here it is. So 2 Banshees. Banshee inside the main base getting some shots off. Spore Crawler trying to reburrow itself into position to actually do detection. And a Queen is going to die here. Fantastic job. And look at this. Transferring drone. Remember what I said? Transferring drones are among the weakest of all Zerg units right now. This is so frustrating. There's finally an Overseer that just now popped for SortOf. Banshee's doing some pretty good work. 6 kills and 4 kills each on them. And 7 drones killed overall here by this 2-port Cloak Banshee. And I'd say so far so good from Taeja. I'd say he's done enough damage to make these Banshees worth it. Really forced a lot of stuff out of SortOf. Baneling Nest coming in here from the Zerg player. Meanwhile, back in Terranville, we have so many Marines. So many Marines on the way. Widowmines coming in here too. Banshees do see a 4th base coming in, but an Overseer chasing them away. Well, I'm not necessarily chasing them away, but shadowing them a little bit and watching them as they try to shut down this base. Queens have to come off creep a little bit to chase them, and they do manage to get there. Again, the range on Queens is just insane. It's some of the best anti-air from ground range in the entire game. But 3rd base is now landed from Taeja at about the 6-minute mark. That is some good timing for him. A 4th base really should be coming up in the next 2 or 3 minutes. We'll keep an eye on that one. Baneling Nest finishing. Hydralisk Den, a macro hatch from SortOf inside the main base. And it's going to be Hydraling Baneling, which does seem to be the current meta. Again, at least from these EU Zergs who are playing against Terrans. Especially with the Widowmines on the ground. The idea is that the Hydralisks do outrange the Widowmines. So the Widowmines sit back there and they're burrowed and they're cloaked. You need to detect them. You don't have to send Lings or Roaches in to take shots. The Hydras will sit back and finish them off. Creep spread is pretty good here from SortOf. It's not insane, but again, he was dealing with Banshees for quite a while. Scan, gone. Creep Tumors, thank you for joining the party. 16 more Lings in the way. We have Lings. Baneling speed is not anywhere near done right now, but the army's not big enough that you really need Baneling speed. Just Zerglings like this. Just going to clean it up here. Unloading off creep where there are already Zerglings. 1 Marine pays for that. And a Widowmine, I think, just got picked out of the ground there, too. So that's pretty good stuff. This one kills a couple Zerglings and then gets killed. That is a fair trade for the Zerg player. Another Queen almost goes down here to the Banshees, but the Banshees are trying to kill as many of these Banelings as they can, shift and target clicking them. Banshee fighting off against, or not Banshee, Queen fighting against these Banshees. 15 and 11 kills on these Banshees, man. Oh, one of them does end up going down, but 17 kills on this one. Pretty amazing stuff. And there's that cloak as it accidentally go to view the Zerg's view there right now. Marines coming across the creep, picking up creep tumors. Could have got one of those Queens, but decided not to overextend there, which makes a lot of sense. Zerglings getting a good, decent surround here. It's enough. The target fire on the Banes was good too, but not enough Marines to target fire that many Banelings. And pushing up this direction towards the very center here is Taeja. Is working on Marauder production, getting +1 vehicle weapons and +2 infantry attack. More creep tumors going down. Lings, Banelings, Hydras. Oh, this is not a good place to engage. Banelings getting some decent hits here. Not really killing anything at this stage, though. Enough Hydras are present maybe to hold this thing. Queens transfusing themselves along the right side. Banelings getting rid of those Hellbats quite nicely, but all that's left here are a bunch of Hydras. Is there enough other Lings running around from the backside, actually taking Widowmine shots and then cleaning up the Widowmines, and the Hydras are able to hold at the front door. That is some pretty good stuff there from SortOf. That did not go super, super well for him, but in the end, it was enough to keep his 3rd base and not just kind of lose his entire army there. It is 66 to 54 army supply. Taeja is up, but Zerg has, you know, it's a way to replenish their army pretty quickly in the form of larvae. The units are squishy, but they build fast, and they are zippy. These are the trade-offs that we have here. Ling counterattack, trying to sneak down, trying to see if there's a 4th base quite yet, and you know what? Taeja's not going. Oh, just kidding. He has one. He's got one here. I was checking this here location. And no, picking up reinforcing Marines. This has been going on since the Brood War days. Is if you pick off reinforcing Marines, it means the front suddenly doesn't have the reinforcements that they need. Ask any military commander about that. If you can't get reinforcements to the front, you are going to die. Supply chains win or lose wars. Without question, in the real world as well as in the RTS world. More Widow Mines firing here. Drilling Claws is on the way, which will allow them to be permanently cloaked even after firing and waiting for that cooldown to come up. An inject would be great here, sort of, and he does manage to get one. Ling's trying to see, is there going to be another command center? And there is, kind of being built in the middle of nowhere. That'll be lifted and landed elsewhere a little bit later here. But pushing up is Taeja. You got Marines. You got the Marauders. Line of supply depots covering that third base, as is tradition in this matchup right now. Ling's actually getting into the third base and doing some damage against these SCVs. Hubba, hubba, hubba. Everybody dead. Well, not everybody. 3 SCVs dead. The Lings are trying to get out. They don't have the upgrades for it, man. They've got +1 melee. You know what? They do manage to get out. I take it back. Widowmine's killing most of them in that situation. Widowmine firing on an Overlord. Changelings rolling on in. But Planetary Fortress says no. I think he's sending Changelings in to trigger these Widow Mines, but the Planetary Fortress does not allow it. It says. Zergling here. Ah, yes. See, Drilling Claws means this is cloaked even though the cooldown is coming up right now. Adrenal Glands being researched by SortOf. He's working on Overlords. He's getting another base along this left side. I like the placement of the 5th base here at the 3 o'clock position. It's a very, very nice place to be. Drop getting scouted by this Overlord, and the Marines are mad about it, so they kill him. But that means some units do shift over to the 3rd base, or the 4th base rather, to try to defend it. Attacks coming across the other way here too. Taeja very, very good at these multi-pronged splits here. This multi-pronged harass that we are starting to see. Lings and Hydras and Banelings actually trying to catch this drop before it does anything. The Banelings are target fired though. Still moving on in to this 5th base on the left side. There are Lings and Banelings here too. SortOf is pretty good at the multi-pronged stuff. Banelings coming around a corner. A bit of a blind corner there for Taeja. Catching some Banelings right in the face there. Right in the faceplate. And yeah, still spreading his creep here. Working on Vipers. Getting a Spire back home. Is the Zerg player. Taeja's base is looking good. Good Sim City here. We can defend against Ling attacks and whatnot. Another attack trying to get into this 5th. Enough Hydras here are here, I think. Yeah, Banelings trying to get rid. Widow Mines there too, man. Liberators and Widow Mines are pretty good at dealing with pursuing Zerg forces. As it turns out, that splash damage is really good. And the single target that hits like a truck is also fantastic for the Liberators there. Marauders continue to be produced here. 3-3 on the way from Taeja at about the 12-minute mark, as is tradition. That's what you want to do with that one. Small army on the left side. Really, Taeja only attacking in one place right now. More Banelings coming on in. This is something that sort of really needs to hold. I really don't think he can lose this base. And pretty decent hits there. Marauders abducting the Liberators, though. The Hydras try to finish them off, but they're just marching forward. Is this bio? The Hydras need to take out the Liberators first of all here. And they are getting taken down 1 and 2. And then stay out of the circle, man. Stay. All right, man, going for it. The Liberators taking direct hits from these Hydralisks. Very, very nicely done. And actually pushing Taeja a little bit back further than I would have expected him to. He doesn't have attack upgrades for the Hydras. He's going for +3 attack on the melee instead, which indicates we're going to see, 4 kills on that Widowmine, which means we are going to see Ultras at some point here. We don't have an Ultralisk Cavern already, and we do not. We do have a Hive, strangely enough, but no Ultralisk Cavern, which is weird. Very, very odd indeed. Alrighty then. So, it's just going to be Liberators, Marines, Marauders, Widow Mines, Planetary Fortresses, additional bases on the way from Taeja. He's macroing exceptionally well. Zerglings trying to run in. Yeah, we've got a 5th base. Already done and completed for Taeja. It's not quite an upgraded Planetary Fortress yet, so the Lings can get in and do some mischief here. Man, those upgrades are good, but just outnumbered. Outnumbered immensely right there. So at this point in the game, we do have 18 workers killed by Taeja, 4 workers killed by SortOf. It's 78 to 68 Harvesters. SortOf has the lead on that one. And APM for both of these players is well north of 200 for SortOf and around 3 for Taeja. He's one of those very, very fast, spanny level players here. Oh, Vipers, no. Wait, hold on. That's mostly Marauders. All right, the Vipers are fine. They're just fine, as it turns out. Nice target fire on that Baneling as he's retreating from the position. That's pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff, if and you ask me. Man, missile turret chasing those Vipers away. Marines won. They get 2 of the Vipers. They won a 3rd one, but flying over the high ground means they live. Banelings, look at this target firing. Oh, that was disgusting from Taeja's part. Beautiful, beautiful play from the Terran. But sort of still sitting on his bases, still happily mining, still happily teching here. Additional Vipers on the way here too. I guess maybe for Abduct is what the intent is here. I don't know about this. No tanks, surprisingly. From the Terran player, it's mostly just been Liberators for that bit of a higher tech here, and just too much bio here for the Lings and the Banelings and the Hydras. Taeja's consistently managed to have bigger armies at the positions than SortOf has. SortOf has kind of been forced to defend with less stuff, and he's making it work, but it means it's hard for him to assault positions, because to assault a position, you really need a bigger army, or at least incredible control, and SortOf hasn't necessarily been able to pull that off quite yet. Another attempted drop heading across the map from the left to, or from the right to the left. And yeah, going to try to shut down this base of SortOf's. That is his 6th. Big engagement here. Hydras, Lings, Banelings trying to chase this away. Vipers coming from the backside. Parasitic Bomb on the Medivacs, forcing them to split. They can't do as much healing in that situation. Chasing the army all the way back. That 6th hatch is going to go down. And once again, this 4th base is defended very, very well by Taeja. He's doing an amazing job defending. He takes down the 6th base of the Zerg player while keeping his 4th base alive. Hydras might be able to march on in here, actually, if they wanted to. Another Abduct, maybe. This Viper doesn't have any energy to do anything there at all. Where are the Overseers? These Widow Mines are putting in so much work, man. Drilling Claws, good upgrade. Good, good, beautifully good upgrade. Hydra's Lings sneaking on down this way here too. Small engagement, and Medevac does get pecked out of the sky. A lot of these have been Parasitic Bombed that have very, very low HP counts right now, and healing up Medevacs is not something you ever really see, as it turns out. Hydras and Lings breaking down the wall into the 3rd base. Reinforcements coming across this way to defend it. Lings trying to get inside this mineral line, but too many Marines and too many Marauders and no Banelings on SortOf side of the map. He is going for some Corruptors here, and again, maybe the upgrades are just for Broodlings, because he doesn't have an Ultralisk at all, which is very, very weird. But again, the Broodlings do benefit from those upgrades just as much as Ultras and Banelings and Zerglings do. I forget about them sometimes, but they definitely do. 4 Broodlords in production, and just more and more Marine Marauder here from Taeja. I don't know that he's aware there's Broodlords coming. He's not making Vikings. He doesn't have any on the field right now. And yeah, I think SortOf is going to be able to catch him by surprise. Some investors in production here too, working on +2 flyer attack. When did he get +1 flyer attack? That might have told me something there. Oh, the creep spread. Is it going to deny the landing? Just barely. No. Oh, are you kidding me? That was really close. Denying that landing. Lings rolling on into the 3rd base, getting a full surround on this bio. Doing pretty well for themselves, but no Banelings means suddenly it's just not enough. Sure. Sure. You might be fully upgraded dudes. Where on earth? Is there a drop here? 12 drones did go down. Medevac gets yoinked on over and destroyed. But yeah, I think they're fully upgraded Lings. 3-3 and Adrenal Glands. Yes, indeed they are. But still, you need a bunch of them to hang with 3-3 bio, as it turns out. Upgrades matter. They really do. And here we go. The Broodlords have shown up, immediately pumping 3 Vikings at a time. Is Taeja. Are they unsupported Broodlords? What is going on right now? They're triggering Widow Mines. Hey man, free units. They can trigger Widow Mines all they want. 6th base goes down again to Taeja's army. Just beautiful, beautiful, fantastic, efficient player right now. Another base coming up for him in the bottom left-hand corner. It's going to be his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th base for the Terran player. And Widow Mine back here. 6 kills on that Widow Mine. Spore Crawler coming up for detection too, but what is going to be used to kill the Widow Mine? This is Zergling, apparently. There's 1 Zergling. Nom, 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 nom. Nom, 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 nom. Vikings. Yep, Vikings fighting against the Broodlords. This is a tale as old as time. Vikings versus those Broodlords. Another attack trying to come into the 4th base. No. Says SortOf absolutely not. And I will kill one of your Medevacs too. What are these Widow Mine drops doing? Wow, they are putting in work right now. 9 more drones go down. It's 63 to 63 workers. It is an even playing field right now. Attacking onto the 4th base now is Taeja. He's got Lings, or he's got Marines, he's got Marauders. Good splashes on everybody on the ground there. And all the Widow Mines do get cleaned up by the Broodlords, mostly for the most part here. Ghosts in production, advanced ballistics coming in from Taeja too. Another base on the right side is taken for a 7th. Yeah, man. Taeja, 20 minutes in, is pretty darn intimidating. Pretty scary dude. Where are the infestors? They're still alive, right? Yeah, the first 4 is still here. Do they have any upgrades? No, they've got fungal. That's about it. No neural parasite at all. Long distance mining here is Taeja. Broodlords coming in. Firing on in these Marauders. Some friendly fire there too, which is not ideal. But man, just happily mining from this bottom base, which I don't think SortOf knows exists. He doesn't know about this one or about this one, as it turns out. Vikings trying to make something happen, but the Broodlords don't really have to engage if they don't want to, especially if there's these infestors on the ground for SortOf, which I'm definitely a huge fan of. Continuing to spread creep over this way is SortOf. What a cheeky Zerg player this is. Burrowing spore crawlers here at the front too. I like it, but the ghosts are going to have to be the trump card for Taeja here. He's going to have to get that steady targeting happening. SCV's dying. Broodling, fully upgraded Broodlings coming down and actually focusing down the ghosts a little bit. He knows that they're there. He's aware. Oh, Marines and Marauders. Can they take down the 4th base before the Lings murder them all? The answer is yes, just barely. Whoa. They got that hatch. Amazing stuff. Left side here, base. Oh, SortOf is going to lose another hatch. Absolutely. Absolutely, he is. Ooh, parasitic bomb. Fungal goes down here, too. Oh, man, the chain fungal. Everyone dies, but that was definitely worth it for Taeja. That said, it's 186 to 155 supply right now, but the end comes. The end comes for SortOf. He's long distance mining from 2 of his bases right now, which is not good. And Taeja just happily mining from his 2 new bases. Absolutely not a problem. SortOf needs to make something happen and needs to make it happen now. Steady targeting takes down a ghost. Throwing down Broodlings. Again, on those ghosts, they do take one of them down from distance there. But he needs the fungals on the ghost, so steady targeting isn't as effective as it otherwise would be here. He's got Corruptors, he's got Vipers. He's trying to push the Spore Crawlers front to detections available. There's a fungal on one group of the ghosts, but splitting them pretty well. There is Taeja. Broodlings still throwing down. Ghosts getting killed here. We can hear their death sounds. Anti-armor missile. Oh, he dragged it back into the Broodlords. That was not good. Oh, steady targeting on the infestors. Okay, you gotta pull those guys back if you can. But he's attacking on in to the 6th base of Taeja's. Baneling's trying to get in and make something happen. The steady targeting is way, way too good there. And the SortOf's army is forced to retreat from there. Nukes on the way from Taeja. Ghosts. There's it. Are we free to steady target? They say Transfuse is going down on the Broodlords. One of them, I think, went down. I think that looks like Broodlord blood down there. Ling's trying to take down the 5th base. No, this one's a Planetary Fortress as well. 11 kills on this guy. 16 kills on this guy. Planetary Fortresses for all of your outer base needs. Is how I would explain those to all of you Terran players. Once again, pretty nice setup here. There's the Fusion Core, but it's not for the Battle Cruiser. It is just for the Advanced Ballistics, increasing the range on Defender mode. No big deal. Another attack coming in. Marines and Marauders. Just a few Hiders trying to stop this. That is not enough army. It's absolutely not. And then focusing down the hatch again, going for the damage, not going for the guaranteed damage here. Really risking it, and it's not going to work out for him as it turns out. Too many Zerglings. Oh, medevacs do show up and start healing, but Cracklings, man, they are a big deal. And actually, more had to come. Are you serious? That dude has 12 kills. What a hero Marine this guy is. I mean, he's going to die now, but he did some work and got a little bit lucky there too, I believe is how that is explained. Yeah, that was my Discord. It wasn't yours. Sorry, you don't have to check it. I don't know how it does this. Sometimes it just goes off streamer mode for reasons I don't understand. Drones getting killed here at this 6th base of SortOf. Drones retreating, getting killed. A Queen wandering into the wrong place and the wrong time, and the hatch does end up going down here. It is 36,000 resources lost for Taeja compared to 45 for SortOf right now. Engagement in the front here. More steady targeting on those ghosts, bringing them on in. The ghosts are in a bit of trouble right now, though. Parasitic bomb on everything in the sky. Anti-armor missile on the Corruptors. Broodlords doing some work on the ground. I can hear ghosts just getting chewed up to pieces by these Broodlings. Small group of Marines and Marauders here, but flank attack from the left side. It is Taeja. He is trying to focus down these Broodlords. It's not actually working for him right now. Wow, SortOf is pushing on in with the Lynx. He's trying to kill the stuff on the ground. The Planetary Fortress is having a field day with 37 kills. Using the Liberator to try to kill every single one of these Broodlords. I don't know that it's necessarily going to work. Lings rolling onto the natural base, so reinforcements have a hard time getting here. But oh man, look at these guys. Look at these dudes. The anti-air rather from the Infested Terrans is really, really good. And now the Broodlords are able to just come in and whittle down this Planetary Fortress. If they can, getting this base would be massive, and it looks like the repair might keep it alive. More reinforcements coming in. So does Scratchy Game. They do end up taking the Planetary Fortress there, but the Broodlords are taking direct hits from Vikings right now. Blinding Cloud is going down. Everybody pulls back from this location, and SortOf finally takes a well-won base from Taeja. That said, Taeja has a gold. Taeja has another base in the top right side here. It's 112 to 76 supply. Reinforcements coming on in. Marines and Marauders. The ground army does not stand a chance, and that's your good game. Wow, that's your good game. Taeja is your winner, and SortOf is taken out. Man, SortOf losing this 4th base, losing the 6th base was massive. Only after an incredible amount of effort was able to take down this base that Taeja had basically mined out anyway. He was pretty much done with it. He might as well just be mining from these other bases that I still don't think SortOf knew about. He didn't know about that because he attacked it. He knew about that one because he'd attacked it, but he didn't know about this one. And he didn't know about this one either. So Taeja, just macro king here. Macro king, micro king, the Ghost did what they needed to do, and in the end, when he needed another group of Marines and Marauders, he was making them back home. He was bringing them up from the natural base. It wasn't too far of a trip, and getting some Vikings in there and getting the job done. So great job by Taeja. He is our winner today, and that's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.